So Edge got a new WWE theme song. Dude, when I look at the entire WWE roster, Edge is the last person who needs a theme song change. But it kinda makes sense, you know, he's an angry man now. And it seems like this time, at least it's not from YouTube's copyright-free library. Heyo. Yeah, man. Scott Hall sadly passed away. And I mean, I gotta start the video with this, right? I can't say much. Honestly, I don't think there's anything new to add. It's just a sad day, man. I was still kinda hoping that he would somehow, some way kick out at 2, but sadly, possibly the coolest pro wrestler is gone. What Kevin Nash wrote on Instagram is just heartbreaking. Triple H also, you know, he said he lost his brother. You can feel how much Scott Hall means to pro wrestling. Even on Raw, you know, the commentators were barely holding it. You could tell Corey Graves was struggling. You know, I realize that's how it works, but it just always comes out of nowhere. And it kind of feels like a personal loss because, you know, wrestling it's our life. There's nothing like pro wrestling. These people put their bodies through all this crazy shit just to entertain us. And you know, we just have this special connection to pro wrestling. It just feels like we're losing people who made our childhood, teenage years, or whatever it may be better. Scott Hall is an absolute wrestling icon who changed the game, and he won't be forgotten. Rest in peace. People, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. The show kicks off with Kevin Owens obviously insulting Stone Cold Steve Austin and Texas, even the whole America. He talked about a can of whoop-ass and the only can he's going to open is a Canadian beer. Look, I'm excited, don't get me wrong, but why is Kevin Owens talking... Why is he talking as if we're going to get an actual match? I know we're going to get a brawl, but in kayfabe, what's the point of setting up a wrestling talk show instead of a wrestling match? I know that's because Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't want to wrestle, that's I understand that. It just kinda doesn't make any sense. But he ends the promo with a stunner to a cameraman, so I can't complain. But then it's business as usual because we saw a rematch between Finn Bálor and Damian Priest. Austin Theory was on commentary, and again I'm struggling to find how any of this makes sense. So, Austin Theory gets involved, Damian Priest wins the match, and after the match, Austin attacks Finn Bálor, takes a photo of Finn, takes a photo of his Coco Jumbo, sends it to Vince McMahon. Austin Theory already has a rivalry with Pat McAfee. When it comes to WrestleMania, none of this what happened right here matters in any way, shape, or form. Seth Rollins is absolutely devastated that he's not going to be at WrestleMania and he doesn't have an answer on what he's going to do. And just listen to this. Yeah, I think people were expecting Cody Rhodes. Even me during the show, I was like, yep, Cody is showing up at the end of the show. Seth doesn't have an opponent, it's gonna be Cody. We did not see Cody Rhodes, and Twitter was really disappointed. Which is kind of unfair because it was never promised, never advertised, but I know how you feel. It has to be Cody, right? I mean, at this point, what is he going to do? Oh my god, I think Commander Azeez has special powers! Look, as cool as it looks, kinda, if I could erase it, I would. That's the type of overproduction I don't like in the WWE. So we saw Commander Azeez versus Omos, which seems like a big match, right? Like this is a main event level match. Vince McMahon is happy. My man pulled out his VR. Big man, love it. Love to see it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Love me some big man. Big. But yeah, that was almost a squash match. And then he beats Apollo Crews as well. Why is this whole Omos push leading to nothing so far? At this point, you're not even building him anymore. We know his stuff. You don't have to bury other superstars. Kevin Owens is trying to motivate Seth Rollins. He made another Scott Hall reference. He used himself as an example, and Seth was like, I have an idea. Cody. We saw Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega, in which Liv Morgan won. So what's the idea that Seth Rollins has? Well, it's not Cody. He's going to have a talk show as well at WrestleMania, and he's going to interview Stone Cold Steve Austin. Kevin Owens is mad. This is my idea. This is my guest. Why are you doing this to me? We're friends. Eventually, Seth Rollins says, let's have a match. If I win, he's going to be my guest. Kevin Owens doesn't agree, but we saw Sonya Deville and she believes it's a great idea. It's not a great idea. There is no story between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Seth Rollins. Like, even in kayfabe, how does that make any sense? Oh, I know where this is going, the great one. He's going to lose against Kevin Owens, and then we're going to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, but I don't watch Raw. There's no Sasha. Then we saw the Hurt Business versus the Mysterios. Miz and Logan Paul were on commentary, and Logan Paul was actually pretty entertaining. He was like, yeah, Rey Mysterio is a legend, but he's also short. My feelings are hurt. So yeah, the Mysterios won the match, but then got attacked by Logan Paul and The Miz. So that's basically it, but yeah, I actually like Logan Paul on commentary. You know, The Miz basically said that Logan Paul is already ready. They're training every day, which I assume is somewhat true. I mean, Logan Paul must be training for a match. You think you know me? You never did. Aw, man, this scared me. This got me shitting my pants. No! Not another theme song! Especially not Edge's theme song. This was a perfect wrestling theme song. I was worried. You know, at first it says, you think you know me? You never did. Then it goes to some generic rock music, and I was worried, but then I calmed down because turns out it's a song from Alter Bridge, the same people that made Edge's theme song that we all love. And you know, I think the song is good. I don't mind it. It suits Edge, his current character, of course. Would I change his theme song? No, but in this situation it does make sense, and eventually we will hear the previous song again. I'm pretty sure about that. But yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about this. Is it comparable in any way to his previous theme song? No, not at all. It's not even close to being as good. But it's still a pretty sick theme song, and it might not be permanent, so I feel okay about this, I guess. It suits his gimmick. Now, how do I feel about the gimmick? I still don't know. Since there's no actual story between Edge and AJ Styles, Edge kinda made it make sense. He said that the previous version of Edge was a failure. It's because of that version of Edge and the fans, he lost against so many superstars since he came back to the WWE. But that Edge is dead. And you know, I've realized I don't care about you. The previous version of Edge couldn't beat AJ Styles, but this version of Edge will. He's dangerous. He's better than everyone. From now on, he will pass the verdicts. So how do you guys feel about it? On one hand, you know, with the theme song change, the gimmick change, I can appreciate, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I can appreciate Edge trying not to be just a nostalgia act, still trying to change up his gimmick, still trying to, you know, do something new. I mean, let's be honest, at this point in his career, he doesn't need to change anything. But you can tell he loves what he does and he's still trying to do something new. I can appreciate that, so I'm not gonna complain, I guess. So Bianca Belair beats Doudrop and Becky Lynch made her return. Becky is okay. Thankfully, Becky is fine. She'll be at WrestleMania, we don't need to worry anymore. The RK Bro title win celebration was actually pretty funny. This time, Randy actually threw a party. And right now, Randy is acting really nice with Riddle. It's kinda weird in a way. He gave him a bunch of presents, but before they got high, the Street Profits interrupted. They want a title match. Randy Orton says, nobody, Undertaker, John Cena, Triple H, Vince McMahon, nobody told me what to do. But Riddle says, look Randy, we need a match at WrestleMania anyway. He talked to Randy and Randy said, okay, we accept the challenge. But then the Street Profits called the party ass. Oh no. You don't talk to Randy like that. Randy really tried. I'm not gonna wait until WrestleMania. Let's do this right now. It's funny. They're just really entertaining, man. It seems like the original plan was actually to have Randy Orton versus Riddle at WrestleMania for obvious reasons, but I guess it works so well. I'm not sure about the merchandise sales, but I can only assume they're pretty good. I assume it works so well WWE decided to just keep it as a tag team because it's too damn good and way too early to break it up. So we saw Montez Ford versus Riddle, which was pretty okay, but we saw the Alpha Academy, we got a big brawl, and I can only assume we're going to have a big WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania. Big meaning a bunch of people in the ring. Now, I'm not gonna complain because the matches we've seen on Raw between these tag teams were absolutely unbelievable and, like, honestly pay-per-view level matches. And in the main event, we saw Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins wins the match, he's going to interview or have a talk show with Stone Cold Steve Austin as his guest. The match was good, you know, I kinda got these Monday Night Raw 2016 vibes from it. I also liked the finish, so Kevin Owens reversed the curb stomp and hit Seth Rollins with the stunner. So Kevin Owens takes the W and Seth Rollins is devastated. What's gonna happen? Cody, oh no Cody, I guess, okay. So yeah, people, that was your Monday Night Raw. It seems like Seth Rollins still doesn't have a WrestleMania opponent, and looking at the roster, looking at all the stories, I don't see where Seth Rollins could fit in, so it must be Cody Rhodes. And I get the same vibes that I got from John Cena calling out The Undertaker every week. WWE know. Like, at least after this show, they know that people are expecting Cody Rhodes, but now they're just teasing it. You know, until like 1 week from WrestleMania, or even at WrestleMania, nobody will know if Cody Rhodes will show up. It's not gonna be even mentioned. The story is going to be Seth Rollins has nothing to do at WrestleMania. Bam, we see Cody, now you have something. I think that's gonna be the story. Whether that's gonna happen before WrestleMania or during WrestleMania, I'm not sure. Maybe it's gonna be an open challenge by Seth Rollins, which would be an amazing moment, man. I kinda get the same vibes I got from John Cena versus The Undertaker, where you really don't know what's gonna happen. It's like nothing is official, which I don't really mind because there's really no story between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes in the first place. The only story we can have between these two is, you need a challenger? I'm back. Just in time. So anyway, people, thank you for watching this video. The great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.